Hey guys, it's wrap up time again. It's Friday evening, and I had to wait for a little while for parts to come in, so I wasn't getting that much done on the bus. And the stuff that I was getting done was stuff that really you don't show much of an improvement, you know. But I did get somewhere, and I figure I'll again follow along with the journey. And essentially, I went and did all the brakes all the way around. And it's got new front wheel cylinders, and rebuilt ones on the other side because they weren't available, but this got all new stuff. And I took some black paint, and every place I had bare metal under here I just shot it with some Krylon or Rust-Oleum 2-in-1 or double cover or something like that it's called, just to get something on the metal. It is going to get covered with a bunch of probably bar and chain oil. And we have new emergency brake cables installed. All the linkages and pivots are all freed up. And again, just brakes all the way around are done. So, new dampener, that's in there. And then again, wherever there was just bare paint, I shot with bare metal. I just shot with black paint. Cleaned them all up. Again, did rear brakes. Both sides, new wheel cylinders, new shoes on the rear. Unfortunately, I do have one casualty I didn't catch, which is this one. See if I can do it. Hear that? See that? The outer bearing on this side's got play in it, and I have a feeling it's also going to be leaking because of the play. So I got to order that. Still have another order I have to make, you know. That, and I want to order a bracket, another bumper bracket, so I can finish up the exhaust where it wants to go. And as far as bigger stuff getting done, I tore the front doors apart and redid all the seals, so all the window seals and the seals, the door jam seals are all new all the way around. With these. The one that goes up around the wing window is new. That's probably the biggest pain in the ass to put in. And the biggest pain in the ass to take out is this one. What is left in this track was just like petrified rock, and I had to take it out with a pick and just dig the stuff out of there. Really slow. But put a new one in, it's not bad. You just spray it down with silicone, you open up the end of the channel, and you can kind of pull it through. So they're all good. I need some latches. I did not notice that they were missing, but the lever that swings over and locks the front window is broken and missing on both of the front windows. So I'll have to go get some of those. I think Beetle might even be the same, so I'll just try to snake them under the old window seal and probably just use some window urethane to lock them back in place. New horn button. Ready to rock and roll using the original setup. No slack in here, no button here. 67 does. And again on the same thing on the other side. Knocked out the seal going around, and the doors, and the wipe, and the windows work nice now, like they should. And then eventually I'm going to start pickling it. The top of the door comes off. It's 2 screws here, two in the middle, 2 from the bottom, 2 from the right. So it's 8 lockdown points. The whole assembly comes off the top, and then you can rebuild it and put it back on. But while I had the top section off, I took that wax and I fed that wax in all up in here before I put the gasket back down on it, so that it is weather protected. I haven't done much with this door. There's no, I don't think there's any wax on this, because none of this is prepped yet. But on the other side I did. This door is now been cleaned and waxed. I just got done finishing with the wax all the way up and around. I know it's dark. Someday we'll get to take it outside. But you see it's a lot of the blue came back. This is not done yet. I want to kind of leave that till last. You get right down to the bottom. So it definitely brings a lot of the blue cane back out, and darkens it up when you put the wax in, you know. My version of clear coat. And then a little bit down in here, but eventually I'll go back, I'll soak it right in. I just got to watch how much heat I put by the rubber gaskets. These are glued on too, so I figured I wanted a dry surface for the gasket to sit on, and then once that cures I can have the wax kind of feed underneath it and give it some more protection. But if it got it where it needed to be glued, you kind of screw yourself. So anyway, they actually shut quite nice. A couple days in the sun will do them some good too, but they do they fit and seal quite well compared to the 67, which was a bear. So for how beat up this thing is, the doors work amazingly well with the gaskets in. So that's kind of a before, the other side's the after. This should probably be a little bit more rusty when it's cleaned up, you know, this side. I didn't put the seals on any of the hatches yet. I'll wait on that. I want to finish welding up the decking, and once that is done, then I can run the wax all over the place. I just don't want to get everything soaked with it before I get all the welding done. So, but the back is cleaned up. That bottom side is. Around the door itself, the roof, and the nose are all pretty much how it's going to stay, just like that. I did not do the bumper yet. It's got some on it, but you'll get a little wet sanded and same thing done to that. I'm going to actually the place where I bought this in Vermont. I am going tomorrow, and I believe they do have a window for me. It's $40. It's a 2.5 hour drive each way, but we're kind of going just for having fun, taking a warm day to go do some stuff. So I got the window. They might have the wiper arm lever that I'm missing, you know, the piece that's inside for this one. And now I need the rear wheel bearing and the bumper bracket and seat upholstery are 5 things that I'm looking for. I'll bring that little list with me and see if I can get any of those, plus whatever I can see when I'm there, you know. So brakes are all done, ready to rock and roll. Got new emergency brake cables. Those old ones would have lasted. This thing could have been 200 years old. And the very last thing would be around would be the emergency brake cables. They were packed in so much grease, it was ridiculous. And the reason why they were packed with so much grease is because this is what they did back then. You can see it. There's a grease fitting on the end of it. So you got to pump that whole channel full of grease, and that's what it was. It actually came pulling the cable out, pulling out like gummy, you know. And it took like a big poo on the floor of literally about the size of my fist of grease that came out of the tube from pulling the cable through. So they would have lasted forever. I did put the new ones in there just in case. Here's that old damper. See how fast that moved. No good. All my wheel cylinders were shot. The rubber on them was like you could see none thereof, you know, just absolutely corroded. You figure this stuff hasn't been used in 40 years, so over time the brake fluid just ate all that stuff when it turned. There's the other one. So next week it's supposed to get fairly warm out, and I can have the door open, the vent on, and hopefully get that rear decking all welded in and put the back window in. And once that's done, I can kind of go run around and clean it up. Getting very, very, very close. Almost wanted to put the tires back on it because I can put gas in it and go for a drive, but I don't want to put a bunch of gas in it before I do all finish up the welding, and it kind of forces me to finish it too, you know. And last but not least, a friend of mine saved the day. He was able to find a pallet of pellets. And for those who don't know, pellets in New England for pellet stoves are impossible to come by. And he landed a pallet on Craigslist and hooked me up with 10 bags So I got a nice happy full hopper. I still shut it off anyway, but I do have heat back out here again. Well, not afraid of running out of heat, let's put it that way. Alright guys, well, I'm going to go shut this down, and hopefully I find a bunch of goodies for this tomorrow, and be on our way to wrapping it up. Take care, bye.